The following presentation is rated TVMA.
It's just one of those days we don't wanna wake up. Everything is fine, everybody's done. You don't really know why, but you ain't justified. No human contact. If you incorrect, you ain't on contract. You best bet to stay away, motherfucker. Stop the he said bullshit. I think you better quit, let it slip. You'll be legal with a bad lip. Stop the he said bullshit. You better quit talking that shit. Just one of them. Alien break trade. Fresh wine to complain. Lead to a blessing. Yeah, right, I'm a maniac. You better watch your back. That thing is sucked up. Just fucked up. That's why you fucked up. Best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. It's just one of them. Stop the he said bullshit. I think you better quit. Let it slip. You'll be legal with a bad lip. He said bullshit.
Hey, we're finally fucking back.
We back.
Finally. It's been a while. Friday Fuckery Show's been off for
A little bit.
like a month,
Well,
but we're back. But today we have Charlie from The Silencer that's going to join us.
Man.
Here we go.
What's up, Scoops? What's up, Mischief? It's been a while.
What up? How you doing?
You know,
It's
just
been a
chilling.
long time.
Yeah, we were just discussing a little while ago. It's been about 2 years, almost to like
Yeah.
the day, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're all old.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, we're so old. We're so
You're
old that Scoops has got like a new look on life now. He's got new horns. He's got his face got dirty and darker. His nose is darker.
I aged.
You aged.
She did.
Mischief actually got younger. There's like a heart now. You got a heart going on.
she didn't age at all. I aged.
I'm
She
awake.
did not. My teeth
You know,
got
it happens. It happens. That's what happens when, especially with the whole quarantine thing. Like, I think I got like 30 years older in like 3 months.
I think most people.
I feel like
most
2020
people
is
did.
that in general. We're like, it's been 30 years.
Not for you. It's been negative 30 years. That's all right.
Yeah,
You
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, us guys, we got to take the heat. We got to, we get pawned. All the negative stuff gets pawned off onto us.
yeah, I think I took all the ugliness for her.
Someone's got to do it.
That's what happened. I took one for the team.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
I totally took one for the team. But for a lot of you that don't know, Charlie here was actually our second interview ever
Yeah.
when we started the Friday Fuckery Show. So we've known this guy for quite a while. And
Yeah.
with that being said, since it's been so long since you've been on here, what is new with the Silencer? There's got to be a ton that you can talk about.
Yeah, dude, a lot has happened, and I'll try not to bore everyone with semantics, but basically, after we talked about 2 years ago, like you said, at the time we were just releasing our single Within, and that was like our first like real big budget video that we had done up until that point, and then we just kind of rode the coattails of that. We released some more new music, some more videos, and then. Actually, last year, I decided to no longer sing for the band, because when we first talked, I was fronting the band as the lead singer, doing all the writing on the side, and then I had like a fill-in guitar player who would play all my stuff live, so I could just be the front man. And I was just like wearing so many different hats in the band, between producing, writing, working with like the video directors, booking shows, the whole, just like you guys, being like a do-it-yourself artist. So I finally just needed to take a step back, and I wanted to focus primarily on the music and the booking and the managerial stuff. So I actually got in touch with this guy, Ace Vincent, who is a former bandmate of our now ex-bass player, Dave Goyette, which I'll get into in a second. And we had seen each other at shows, like at Killswitch Engage shows and a bunch of different concerts. And he was always throwing his name out there saying, hey, man, if you ever want to do like a side project or like, something else, like I would love to sing. And basically one day I just hit him up. I was like, can I curse on here, by the way?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So,
Fuckery.
oh yeah, no shit. I forgot. Totally forgot. So, finally I was like, you know what? Fuck that. Like, how would you like to just sing for the Silencer? Because he had sang in a band called Another Day's Armor, and they were based out of the same area as the Silencer. And I already knew he had a great voice, great stage presence, and he had already worked with at the time my bass player Dave. So he was like, dude, I kind of been waiting for that, like he kind of said, like in so many words, yeah, he would love to do it, and he was kind of waiting for that. So sure as shit, we tried him out, and he did an awesome job. Got him in the band, and we played like 3 really, really killer shows. And some of our bigger shows to date, we played with Nile, we're from New York and New Jersey, and like one of our big venues is the Gramercy Theater. It's a historic theater in Manhattan, and like every band under the sun comes through there and plays there. And I've been trying to get my foot in there with this band for like a couple of years now. So we finally had the opportunity to play there. That was his first show with this band as lead singer, and my first show playing guitar live was at Gramercy Theater. So we really threw ourselves to the wolves, and we killed it. We did great, and we shared the bill with like some friends of ours as well. And then we were kind of just off to the races. We did a string of like really great shows with him. We actually got linked up with the Blue Ridge Rock Festival out in Virginia, which we were supposed to play like this week, I believe. But then we all know what happened, and everything's postponed now. So, yep. So with that being said, we were just kind of left in limbo, guys. Like we didn't know what to do. Like we were all stuck home for the better part of 5 months. Like New York, New Jersey got hit like seriously with this shit. So we didn't know what to do. Like I was driving myself crazy, trying to find different projects to do. I was writing constantly. And we had this single, Beliefs, that was like on the back burner, and we were waiting to release it to kind of push us forward into that Blue Ridge Rock Festival in September. So finally, like I think in the end of July, I was like, the song's done. We got Ace in the studio like a couple times during the pandemic or whatever. I was like, the song's fucking done. Let's get this video out there. Let's make a video. Let's get playing live. Not playing live, but let's get it out there to the masses and fuck the Blue Ridge Rock Festival thing, because we got to wait a whole nother year now anyway. So we hooked up with my boy Alex, who's a director for Black Wolf Imaging. So he's a new director and production company we're working with, and we just had a killer music video that we put together with Alex, and it was Ace's first time in front of the camera with the band, and that came out last week. So that single's been doing really, really well. I think we released it at the exact perfect time. What's that?
Scoops is trying to share, and it keeps going on with like all like you talking. So it's like, are you done?
Yeah.
Fuckery Show for a reason.
Are you done?
Right?
Okay.
I heard myself in the background. I was like, hey, there's an echo. But yeah, we shot the video. It was, and you guys would appreciate it because I know you guys are horror buffs, and so we kind of did a spin on like a kind of like The Shining or a Haunted Mansion kind of thing, where these girls kind of take us in and we don't know what's real and what's not. And it was a big production video we shot, got it done in one fucking day, released it like just a couple weeks later, and it's doing really, really well. And again, it's called Beliefs. It's out there now on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. And
after the show.
What's that?
We'll premiere it tonight after the show.
Oh, hell yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, I'm sure people would love to see it. Like, it's definitely, I personally think it's our best work to date. The fact that I don't have to worry about singing anymore and I can just focus on writing and producing, like, takes a tremendous amount of pressure off me. And it really lets Ace, our new singer, shine, and it lets the rest of the band shine. And I think it's definitely by far the absolute best song we've recorded and released to date. And the video is definitely, without a doubt, the best one we put out to date. And the feedback's been fucking really positive. So believe it or not, like in 2 weeks, we're going to shoot another video for a follow-up called The Fall. And that's going to be shot in Brooklyn, New York. And that should be out sometime in the fall, no pun intended. But sometime in October, November, it'll probably be out.
That'll be sweet.
So that's it. That's all the bullshit I've been doing. I see you guys have been doing some really cool stuff. You got a movie going on from what I see in here.
Yeah, I'll let you tell him about that one.
We can't say much.
Well, I mean, you could say it.
What? Clown Motel 2.
2.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about all. The hotel that we stayed in to film is definitely haunted.
Oh yeah,
For show.
The rumors are true. Very true.
Our house was haunted too. The house that we shot in, the owners told us that the grounds were haunted as well. And when you watch the video, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, that place is haunted." Like,
did you have any issues there, or were you okay?
I mean, we were okay, but there was a vibe. But the vibe was really good. Whatever was there was really supportive of what we were trying to do, because literally everything went off without a hitch. Like, just the scheduling went perfectly. All the shots and the takes were perfect. Like, we ran to the exact hour that we were booked to. Like, I couldn't have asked for a more perfect day. And I really think whatever was around that property, like whatever's haunting that place, for sure was working for us. Probably because we're down with the darkness, you know. We're down with the good shit. Yeah. but I saw a bunch of the photos that you guys are posting on social media from the behind the scenes stuff for the movie, and just some of the stills, and this shit looks awesome. Like, it looks legit.
It's gonna be good.
Well, yeah, I think it's gonna be great, but filming it fucking sucked ass. You talk about a level of fucking hell. 120 degrees in this fucking latex mask, sweating from every fucking orifice of your body for 16 hours straight. Sucks.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys pulled that off.
So bad.
We're really tan now.
Yeah, really? If that, well, I could see Scoops is ultra tan now, because he used to have like a completely like white and pink face.
Like, I'm burnt.
Okay, your arm's burnt. Your face is still white though. Actually, I could see there's sunburn in the shape of a heart on your forehead. Oh, what is that's actually just sunburn from the movie shoot.
Supposed to be this thing.
No, yeah, that's an awesome.
Whatever
jersey.
this thing is supposed to be, I don't know.
Yeah, the part of the hockey mask. That's a killer jersey.
I
just got it today.
I just realized why you painted that on your face. Yeah. I was trying to figure out what the thing was.
I'm Arrow Man. I'm a superhero.
It's like Avatar, The Last Airbender, but like in clown
but red. So the blue.
And
I'm not bald.
Figure out what's going on with your forehead, but I get it. I get it now.
I have 5 heads, so I had to make it way bigger than it was on the hockey mask.
I get it now.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Mischief, like when you wake up in the morning, right? Like, I know this is how you guys just always look. Like, so when you like wake up and you crawl out of bed, like every time I see a picture, you have a totally different look going on. Do you just like wake up and sneeze and you have a new face paint, or like?
I just take my palettes and I open them and I go, and whatever comes out.
See, that's some magic right there. That is some magic. But yeah, guys, it's really awesome to see you guys again and talk to you guys. You know, like one of the hardest things I think dealing with like the fact that I was so isolated for so long was that I didn't get to see anyone, right? Like I didn't get to see my friends. I didn't get to see my bandmates, my family. It was just me and my girl locked away for months on end, and I was working from home. And occasionally I would do like a Zoom call with some of my friends, but they would all get
That's not the
distracted.
same.
It wasn't the same. But the fact that like now things are starting to open up a little bit more, there's in the way of I don't know how to put it. I guess it's just like things are a little bit more loose now back here. It feels good doing stuff that I need to do, and it feels great being able to see and talk to you guys after all this time. Although I follow you guys on social media, but it's cool to see you in the flesh.
Yes, we follow you too, for sure.
We
But yeah,
follow
it's been-
everybody.
Nebraska really didn't get all that tight
We fucking
as far
creep
as
on
like
people.
COVID rules go.
We're
Yeah.
pretty
Pretty much open.
Yeah, you guys
now.
are very. Yeah, you're very fortunate. I mean, it's still kind of a mess around here. When you go into the city and you go into like parts of the Bronx or Brooklyn, it's still a mess all over. And then, like I know Scoops and I kind of talked yesterday a little bit when we just shot the shit on the phone. So we won't get into politics, religion, or any of that bullshit. But I will say that with civil unrest going on, that's just another added amount of pressure and uncertainty. So it's just like it's been real tough for all of us, like do-it-yourself artists and people in the entertainment business. I'm just very glad and feel blessed that we have something like this where we have the technology to meet with each other and talk and like express our ideas and put ourselves out there. So, guys, as always, thank you for always supporting and having me on. This is fucking awesome.
Absolutely.
Always. Yeah.
I mean,
We love it.
We gotta fucking have a good time somehow. I mean,
Yeah, if this had happened like, when the like Spanish flu happened, like we would know.
we
know
should
what's
be
going
down
on.
at the carnival right now terrorizing people, but
But yeah, well, maybe that's something.
That's the one thing that we got fucked on this year. Everything else is open. I'm like, why are you going to open? Movie theaters are open, bars are open, but we can't have a fucking outside carnival?
Yeah. Well, they knew you guys were in town.
We live in
They
a
just knew you were-
tiny ass little town.
Yeah, we live in a very small town.
And you guys probably scared off like 90% of the town. They're like, Scoops and Mischief are definitely going to be at this carnival. Call the mayor, call the governor. We're closing the shop.
Probably.
Probably.
They don't really like us around here.
We need to make a T-shirt that says "Thanks COVID" on it.
Or
Yeah.
doesn't need to
Or-
take Scoop and Mischief.
No, thanks COVID for ruining my life.
It could also be
You know
like,
what?
welcome to the
It
COVID
ruined my
carnival.
life. It made mine a little bit better.
True.
I don't have to smell you when you fart. You can't Dutch oven me. I don't have to smell urinals at festivals anymore.
True.
I see these as all pluses.
He had COVID back in November, and he can't smell.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Like, thank God, or thank whatever you believe. Thank the forces that be that that you're okay. And I mean, yeah, it sucks that you can't smell and you can't taste, but
No.
the fact that you're here and we can talk and you guys are living, that's awesome.
No, I'm good with the not smelling. I really am.
Yeah.
I really am. Like, there was times when we were on the way to go film this movie that we would get behind like some car that's like got horrible exhaust or something, and her parents are like, "God, that stinks." I'm like, I can't smell a fucking thing. Or her dad would fucking stink up the car, and I'm like,
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I know why you can't smell anything. Mischief, what's up with his nose? All you got to do is pop that thing off, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Now you should be
This
able to
one's
smell.
crunchy.
Ooh,
This
that
is
looks
like a
infected.
crunchy. See, it's like a.
That
like a
nose
piece
looks That looks like there's an infection going on there. You might want to get that checked out.
Probably. That's okay. It helps.
That is
Oh,
so
by the
cool.
way, whoever's in here, you can leave questions in the comments, and we'll.
Yeah.
ask them
You
as
can't ask questions. It's because Charlie's been on so many times. We already know the backstory and all that. So he's pretty much a free for all the minute he gets in here.
Yeah, I mean, while we're waiting for people to ask questions, I mean, I can always just dive into really quickly. Those who don't know me, New York, New Jersey based musician. Been in the metal scene since I'm 37 now. Been in it since I'm 15. Played all the major clubs and venues, CBGBs, L'Amour's, all the historical places that are now closed, much like a lot of our venues that are getting closed due to this pandemic. But had some success in some bands as a drummer, as a lead singer, and now I have my band, The Silencer, which started off as a solo project about 8 years ago. And in the last 2 or 3 years became a full-fledged live band with members who contribute to the writing process. And it's just been all engines go. So, you know, I know you guys are really big on supporting do-it-yourself artists and regional and unsigned talent. And, you know, I think it's awesome that you have this platform for all of us to come on and share our shit.
Absolutely.
Can you read that comment that's on the screen? I popped one up for you.
Yeah. Yes, I can. What pasta would you want to swim in? Macaroni in a pot. It's that wet ass. Oh
my God. That's like
I'll tell you what.
It's been our life for like the last
I'll tell you what.
Your life for the last 2 weeks.
I'll tell you exactly what kind of pasta I want to swim in. It's that wet ass pasta. That's what I want to swim in. That's what the P stands for. The P and WAP stands for pasta.
Some
people told me, they're like, there's a meme or something, and it said, men can have WAPs too, and it says widow ass penis.
That's funny. Have you guys seen the Ben Shapiro memes for the DAP? Do you guys know who Ben Shapiro is? The
name sounds
conservative guy. Okay, he's basically this online, you know, he's this major online presence, and he's built his following around, I guess, basically conservative talk radio or videos and giving his editorial and his opinion on the state of the world or whatever. But I guess he made some comment about saying that like having I'll just say a moist female area is a myth. And so the WAP song came out, and he had like been on the record basically saying he shot himself in the foot because he was like, my wife has never had a moist area. So people are just destroying him. They're destroying him. And like, you just got to look up Ben Shapiro WAP meme. It's gold. Daryl says, what bands are an influence on your career? Oh, that's a great question. Okay. So first and foremost, my homies, my very good friends in Flames from Gothenburg, Sweden. They started influencing me before I was even friends with them, back when I was like 15 years old, back when their records Colony came out. So about 1999, 2000, huge inspiration in Flames. Bands like Death, Carcass, old school like melodic death metal versions of these bands, after they got rid of like the grindcore and straight death metal element. I've always been a sucker for like melody and harmony. When I was younger, I used to describe my music and the music I listened to as like Iron Maiden on steroids. And, you know, now you look today and you have all these like metalcore or melodic death metal bands like Killswitch Engage, Parkway Drive. And I actually was spawned from that same era as those bands that were coming up. And my band's Arbitrary back in like 1999, 2000 was on that same crash course with those bands. In more recent times for influences, I mean, to be honest, if you listen to The Silencer, you'll hear influences from every style or subgenre of metal. There's elements of black metal in there. There's elements of death metal. There's elements of power metal and thrash metal. Obviously, as a kid, the Big Four, and then Pantera, Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax, Iron Maiden, Testament, all those bands were huge and inspirational to me. But to be honest, like nowadays, I pull inspiration from everything, whether it's a brand new band or a band that's come up the ranks the last couple of years, like Animals as Leaders or Periphery, or I'll just like take a step back and listen to a band like Decapitated and pull inspiration from there. It's funny when I was a kid, I would always try to chase a certain sound. I found that like if a band was doing something, I wanted to try to emulate that and try to capture that sound. And now that like 37, pushing 38, I find that I just pick up my guitar and just whatever comes to me honestly and naturally is always the best choice. It's always the best bet. I think too many bands nowadays, especially, get stuck in a box because of what they follow on Instagram or on Spotify, and the algorithm kind of dictates to them like what they should watch and what they should listen to. And sometimes they get so heavily influenced by these bands that they start emulating them and becoming like almost carbon copies of the bands. And, that's when you start saying like, oh, this band sounds like so-and-so, this band sounds like so-and-so. I don't mind if a fan or someone says my band sounds like another band, as long as they're able to name like a bunch of bands. That's like always been my goal, is that if you say that we sound like In Flames, for instance, that's great, but you should also be able to say that we sound like Suffocation and we sound like Britney Spears and we sound like Christina Aguilera. Like I want to have the full mix in there. We don't discriminate as a metal band. We like to just throw it all in a pot, stir it up. And as my guitarist, Greg, always says, he's like, we're like a coffee. He's like, you kind of blend it, you put a bunch of different beans in, you grinds it up, and you got a strong ass product, a strong ass blend, and that's what we are. It's just that we're strong ass product is what he calls us. And he refers to us as coffee. But yeah. Let's see. Elizabeth, what is Charlie's favorite scary movie? That's cool. I'm like reading this stuff in real time. My favorite scary movie, The Day I Was Born. I don't no, I would say my favorite horror movie of all time is got to be the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Was it Gunnar Hansen, right? That's my absolute favorite. And then in more recent times, I'm a huge fan of Rob Zombie. I know there's people on both sides of the fence with him, but me personally, and particularly, I absolutely love everything that guy touches. Devil's Rejects, obviously. I love 31. I love everything, absolutely everything he's done. I think that the style that he brings, which is very reminiscent of like that 1970s gritty independent B style movie, is right up my alley. I'm a huge sucker for slasher flicks. I don't like stuff like Saw, really, or anything that's too fantasy. Yeah, I don't like fantasy stuff.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, the Child's Play and the dolls and all that stuff. It's cool, but I like stuff that can be more real.
I do like the dolls. I'm a monster guy. I love like the effects and monsters. Like I love Critters and Gremlins, and I like Chucky. I like Freddy. I like the special effects. I like the fantasy that's within horror. But if it's like the slasher, like Ghost, like Scream movies, I hate the Scream movies. I could care less.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so that to me, that's not real slasher. Like to me, like Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw, those are real. What is it? The Hills Have Eyes. Like that's like some real slasher stuff. But that's got a little element of like, how could that be real? But I love, that's the kind of shit I love. But then on the flip side,
no, where we filmed, we thought that there was people living in the cave.
Oh yeah.
There probably were. There's probably like one hobo who dresses up as like, I don't know, Hulk Hogan or something, and probably was like watching you with binoculars. And
when we got to the caves to do the second location of the filming, there was actually, when we walked in, there was a pile of blood with chicken feathers and a mutilated chicken thrown into the corner of the cave.
Yeah.
See, fuck that. As much as I love slasher stuff, I like it in the fantasy world. If I walk by a cave and it looks like there's some carcass there, like there better be a bear in there and like not some psycho. But that's nuts.
This is definitely like some like voodoo Santeria.
Later that day, we were all filming a scene and we hear medical emergency and we're like, well, we're all standing here, so What do you mean? Well, we go out. These kids went down fully like clothed and fine, and I guess these kids were walking back up, and the one kid's shirt was like ripped off, and his arm was out of socket, and he was like pale as a ghost, and the other kid had scratches everywhere, and they couldn't tell us what happened. They just were like, "Oh, you know, something happened, and I fell," and I'm like, "Nah, homie."
No. See, you know, this is where, I mean, this is your guys' element, but this is where people fuck up. They shouldn't be hanging around a clown motel that has a fucking cave and a cemetery near it and all this crazy stuff. These kids got messed up.
I'll tell you the story. So the first day that we get there, they tell us to get into makeup by like 5 o'clock. Okay. So I go in there and I'm ready, and I'm like, I'm gonna put my phone on charger. So I go put my phone on the charger, and I set it down on the shelf, and I turn around. Next thing I know, turn around, my phone's on the floor. Like, all right, maybe I just didn't put it up there good enough. So I picked it up, put it back on the dresser, turn around, motherfucker's back to the floor. I'm like, what the fuck? So I put it back on the dresser. I walk off. I turn around, look at it, and it's like somebody walked up my phone and went, what? And that motherfucker went flying. I mean, flying across the room and hit the fucking wall. I'm like, damn.
Ye shall not pass. Ye shall not pass. Be gone, devil woman.
Tell him about what was
crazy.
on the wall in our room.
Oh, I'll find a picture of it.
Yeah, show him.
Yeah, so in our room there was like a 8-foot by like probably like 5-foot painting of Reagan from The Exorcist, and it's like right next to the bed. We filmed from like 11 p.m. until like 6:30 in the morning, and we went and took a shower, and when we had to be back up at 9, so it was like we had 2 hours to sleep. We need to go to bed, so I fell asleep, forgot it was there, and woke up, and like Reagan's just like right here in my face. I was like, we gotta go.
It's like, I see you. I see you.
I forgot it was
Mischief,
there,
I
so
see.
I about pissed myself. Like, oh no. Finding a picture for you.
That's frightening.
Quite scary though. Let's see.
Let's see. While you're finding that picture, I see there's Daryl Knowles. Oh, what? That's actually dope. That's awesome.
Yeah,
hey, that
cool,
actually looks like the very first tattoo I ever got. So I went when I was on my 18th birthday, like right after I wanted an Iron Maiden tattoo. I wanted the Killers cover, right? Because they're one of my favorite bands. And I got the Killers cover on this arm, yeah. So I got it done here, but the artist was like Bush League. He was ghetto, right? So that is basically what I got originally. So anyone who knows the Killers cover, you already know that the Killers cover looks nothing like that. So I eventually had to get it covered up and then go to a real artist to get the real deal done. But that's a dope picture. Like, see, I love exploring, urban exploration. I love like going anywhere that's got like graffiti or like wall art, street art that I can take pictures with and just see what other people are doing. I have a friend who's actually Eyes of a Madman photography. His name's Rich Marini, and he does a lot of urban exploring in New York and New Jersey, Connecticut. And he goes to these haunted hospitals and psych wards and old movie theaters and places that are just been like completely just abandoned. And you see tons of killer artwork like that all over these places.
That's cool shit. It's also scary though.
Yeah, it's a little frightening. Yeah, you got to go with the group. Let's see. Daryl Knowles said, if you could tour with one band, dead or alive, who would you want to tour with? All right. Can this be a multiple like part answer? Like, can I give like more than one answer? Because first, okay. First and foremost, I'd want to tour with Pantera. Because those motherfuckers knew how to party. They grooved like nobody else back in the day. And just based off of their home videos that they used to put out, I used to watch those things every day religiously when I got home from school. And I would literally watch them for 2, 3 hours, 4 hours. I'd fall asleep to them. I would do everything to those videos. Not everything, but a decent amount. So I'd have to say I'd have to say I would tour I'd want to tour with Pantera, which actually I have like a bunch of these coasters on my table. Let's see. There's Dime, right?
Heck yeah.
A Dime. There's my Dime coaster. So, yeah, Pantera. Alive, I would have to say probably Killswitch Engage or Parkway Drive. A band that really knows how to command their audience, but also gives you like a good feeling when you see them. Like there's a lot of metal bands out there that are brutal as can be, and they're all about the technicality. And when you see them, you're just like, yeah, like this is awesome. But everyone in the crowd's kind of got this underlining hate factor. Even though they'll pick you up from the pit, they're just like a little too down in the dumps. So I feel like a band like Killswitch and Parkway Drive, they just bring the morale of the crowd up, and they bring the energy to a different level. And I know they're not everybody's cup of tea, but for me personally, and I happen to know some of the guys in Killswitch, and they're awesome dudes. And I played with like some of their side bands, their side project bands. And if I could just do a whole tour cycle, I would love to do it with them and or Parkway Drive for sure. And then my ultimate final one, rest in peace, I'd have to say Lemmy and Motorhead. If I could tour with any band under the sun and support them, it would have to be fucking Motorhead. And my friends in Flames, those guys, actually years and years and years ago, going back like 15 or so years, they got to do a tour with Motorhead, and they had nothing but amazing stories and positive experiences with Lemmy and the crew. So based off of that, and based off the fact that I actually got to hang with Lem a couple years before he passed and got to know him for a day, like literally a whole day. It was just like me and him. I would have to say if I could have toured with him, that would have just changed the whole game. Wow, you guys are getting a lot of questions. This is awesome. I love doing this shit. It's like playing a game, but there's no prize. Let's see. Kind of. Derek Dormus, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, says, oh, cool, he's got a Deadpool icon as his logo. He goes, hey, Charlie, do you like Black Sabbath or Rolling Stones? I like them both, but Sabbath over Stones, Sabbath over mostly anything. The Stones have a place in my cold black heart, but clearly Black Sabbath, because without that band, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. None of the bands I love would be doing what they're doing. None of my peers would do what they do. And I wouldn't be wearing this Down hat, because Down like totally pulls from the Black Sabbath sound a lot. So yeah. It's got to go with Sabbath. Elizabeth Nye.
There's actually
if you could go,
kind of influence Scoops. Yeah.
Who, Sabbath?
No,
Oh, yeah.
there's bands that kind of influence the character of Scoops the Clown. And everybody always thinks that I pulled from horror movies. I'm like, no, I actually pulled the character from sounds.
Yeah.
And that was bands
I can
like
see that.
Tony Danza, Tap Dance Extravaganza, I Wrestled a Bear Once.
Awesome band.
Necrogoblicon, The Red Chord.
You just named some amazing bands, dude.
Those
Bands
my
aren't
favorite fucking bands. That their chaos and the weird shit that they combined.
Yeah. It's cool that you put those bands out there on blast, because not enough people know about those bands. It's like a subculture of fans in extreme music who know about these bands. And I think it's cool that you're able to like put that out there, because you may have just inspired someone. Someone's going to go listen to one of these bands. They're just got their mind blown, because they're more used to like
artists we've ever interviewed that knew who any of them were. I bring them up
every single one of them.
Who's
every
that?
single one of them. Yeah. Do you in that same genre and vein, do you know a band called The Number 12 Looks Like You?
I do.
Okay, that's so their old drummer John Carroll, who was with them through Mongrel. I think that was the last record he recorded with them. It was one of my very, very good friends growing up, and our bands used to play all the time together. And then he stopped playing in bands, and he had another thing called the Sawtooth Grin. Heatherton Heatwave, and he actually was in Horse the Band. So if you know Horse the Band, they did a documentary where they basically funded and did their own tour. I want to say Budapest. I think I'm totally wrong, but they went far and wide with this tour, and they did it all on their own. And John, my friend, was actually the drummer on that tour, and he's in the full documentary. And Number 12 Looks Like You is a kind of like in that same vein as I Wrestled the Bear Once and Tony Danza, and Red Chord was on the border. They also had that more of like some more not metalcore, but yeah, I guess a little bit of elements of some metalcore to that at some points.
I kind of put Red Chord right there with like Black Dahlia Murder.
Yeah, well, 100%. And then Black Dahlia Murder, if anyone likes them, hopefully they know about At the Gates, which kind of paved the way for bands like Black Dahlia Murder, Slaughter of the Soul, Terminal Spirit Disease, those two records, groundbreaking records. When the one person asked like my biggest influences, I said In Flames. Even more specifically, the Gothenburg sound that came out of Sweden in the mid 90s to early 2000s really paved the way. At the Gates, Dark Tranquillity, who actually just put out a new single today. So guys, go and check out the new Dark Tranquillity single. In Flames, Entombed, like these bands really had a major impact. And had it not been for all these artists I just named, like 90% of the bands that are out there right now would not even have careers. They wouldn't even have a sound. So a lot of people, believe it or not, which I'm surprised, a lot of people don't know that in this day and age, which is crazy. It's getting lost in translation.
Yeah, and Avatar from that area too.
Yeah, Avatar's from Sweden too, I believe. Yep. And they're killing it. They just put out some new music.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
it's wonderful. Definitely check out Avatar's news.
Yeah, they've gotten better and better over the years. Like I wasn't a huge fan of theirs at first. Like my old band had the opportunity to open up for them, and I wasn't a huge fan, to be honest. But then within the last I want to say like maybe 2 years or so, they just like stepped up their sound and their writing. Like now I'm a huge fan of theirs, like a huge fan. And before, it's funny, like I didn't know that like at my late 30s that I would be able to say, I don't like this band. And then a year or two later, like be able to fall in love with them. So I guess it means I'm still evolving. But yeah, guys, go check out Avatar. They're fucking awesome. Elizabeth Na. Is it Na? Nay? How do you pronounce that? Na, nay? If you could open a show for any artist, we kind of said that. We kind of went through that question, but I'll give another band. Do a drive-in show. Oh, hey, Melissa. Okay, so check this out. The girl who just said do a drive-in show, Melissa, she's one of the stars in our new music video, Beliefs.
Oh,
yeah. So when you watch the video, I don't want to put out too many spoilers. The band rolls up to this mansion, and Ace, our singer, knocks on the door, and Melissa actually answers the door, greets us in. She's one of like what I call the maidens of the mansion. So she's been super supportive and super helpful in putting the name of the silencer out there on this new run for the single. So Melissa, thank you so much. And I would love to do a drive-in show. Angelina Deacon, the first and only tattoo I ever got, I found out his name was Shaky Steve. Never again.
Shaky Steve.
Hey, is that?
He was probably coked out.
I'm all drawn down on man new.
Shaky Steve have given me my first Iron Maiden.
You went to the same artist.
That's funny. Shaky Steve.
Yeah, y'all found
probably. And what's that?
I say you both found the same alley.
Yep.
Yeah, the same alley, the same dumpster. Angelina says, Necromandus, any view on them? To be honest, I don't know them. I don't know that band.
It's not like
I know
like NA.
I know the rap. Yeah, I know the rapper Necro, he's pretty awesome. It's not applicable. Okay, good. I'm glad we were able to get your last name.
I cleared it up. Yeah.
So
That does
people
clear
screw
it
up my last name all the time.
The, Friday Fuckery question of the year.
We don't have one.
Yeah, we do.
No, the fuck we don't. When the fuck did this happen?
John's question of the year.
He ain't even in here.
Have you ever snorted blow off a hooker's ass?
Oh my God. Wait, is that question for me?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't do drugs. So, yeah, I never
Pixie.
touched that shit.
Pixie?
But I know people who have. I know a lot of people who have.
Yeah. Close enough.
Have you ever licked a pixie stick off a hooker's ass?
I plead the fifth.
Well, what was last year's question? Last year's question was, does pineapple belong on pizza?
No, the hell it wasn't. It was not.
Well, still, I'm
yeah, it was.
asking.
Oh, yeah, it was. It
Yes, it
was.
was.
The first year is if you had a vagina for 24 hours, what would you do with it?
Yep.
What wouldn't I do with it? Well, would that make me? I'm not even opening up that portal. But I'd probably.
So if you got a vagina, it's a portal.
I would maybe open up that portal, but only to myself.
You take your pick.
I would open the portal for myself. No visitors.
A vagina is kind
private-
of like the razor box. Depending on how you rub it, depends on what you get out of it.
Well, last time I did, Robin Williams popped out and he was blue.
You killed Scoop. He's dead.
You need to take that vagina back. Where you got it from?
Oh my
I
God.
got 3.
Should we tell the Jay
I was told.
waffle story?
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So, who makes it? Kellogg's?
What?
Kellogg's makes blue waffles now. They're called mermaid
I know
waffles.
blue.
Yeah.
Blue waffles.
Well, we
don't
were all
Google it.
hanging
Don't
out on
Google
the
it.
set of Clown Motel, and I was like, "Oh, this is funny," and I showed everybody a picture, and you could tell the one guy didn't know what it was. He was like, "Oh, ha, ha." I was like, "You don't know what a blue waffle is, do you?" He's like, "No," and I was like, "For you being in the military, you should know what a blue waffle is." So I show it to him, and he's like, "No." He's like, "I can't unsee that."
Oh no. Well,
Damn.
I don't know.
Go get a kebab. It's easier.
I'm not going there.
No.
Go get a kebab. Oh, hey, wait. What am I doing with a kebab? Hey, if it has tzatziki sauce on it or gravy, I'll do anything with the kebab. But it's got to have that yogurt sauce. See, we opened the portal now.
I got yogurt sauce, but I think my yogurt sauce and your yogurt sauce are two totally different sauces.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Friday Fuckery.
But anyway, does pineapple belong on pizza? Because we have to know.
Oh, okay. So I know I'm going to be sharing this video later in the broadcast after the live feed's done. So I'm sure my boy LSG, who's a wrestler for Wrestling Promotion Ring of Honor, we have this debate all the time. He loves pineapple on pizza. I think he loves pineapple on pizza more than he loves his family, more than he loves his dog. I love LSG. I love pineapple and I love pizza. When I used to drink a lot, I would have eaten anything. So pineapple on pizza was not a sin to me. But now in my sober years, as I'm getting older and more gray, fuck that noise. You know what belongs on pizza? Sauce, cheese, meat. And vegetables. Meat. Yeah. And some vegetables.
No.
But if you give me a pizza and you put a side of pineapple, I'll eat the pineapple by itself all day long. I call that stuff little golden nuggets of joy. That's what I
Yes.
call pineapple.
See, I feel the same way. Pineapple does not belong
I
on pizza.
won last year, so I'm
But
losing.
if you put bacon,
No.
if you put bacon on the pizza with the pineapple, the bacon kind of changes and enhances the flavor in a way that maybe makes it more tolerable. But I don't know.
I love it. Pineapple, Canadian bacon, and regular bacon.
No.
With
Yeah.
crushed red pepper.
What's wrong with you?
I love crushed red pepper. Well, I like your taste for like the sweet and spicy. Like I can appreciate that, but not
Angelina,
pineapple on
that just
pizza.
sounds gross. She said, I always get cheeseburger pizza with hot dog stuffed crust. That sounds awful.
Ugh.
Where do you live?
Ugh.
That sounds like a Philadelphia. That
I
sounds
feel
like something you would get in
at first
Philadelphia.
Cheeseburger pizza was okay, but then when you added the hot dog stuffed crust, it's like you lost me.
Yeah, cheeseburger pizza is actually really good. So I had a friend who used to own a shop, and he created and actually like invented a bunch of these like gourmet slices and exotic slices that you can order today at most pizza places. And he, from what I know, he could have been totally full of shit, but from what he told us, he went to culinary school and he supposedly invented the Big Mac slice, which was essentially a Big Mac on a slice of pizza. And that was delicious. Like that was one of the best slices I had ever had. So I could see the cheeseburger on pizza, but you totally lost me with hot dog stuffed crust. If it was Italian sausage, like a hot or sweet sausage, maybe. But dirty water dogs, like sloppy, flaccid hot dogs just stuffed in some crust, not feeling it.
She's from the UK.
Pizza in the UK, because I actually have had it. Food in general is a lot different over there. You start to find that sandwiches are a lot smaller and thinner, and sometimes have some kind of cheese spread or some kind of instead of having like mayonnaise or mustard, it has some other type of spread that we're not like privy to. So it's definitely a little bit of an adjustment when you're out there and you're trying to find food. You do find these odd things, or you find these odd palates that you're not used to consuming. But to them, that might be completely normal. I don't even know if flaccid, soggy hot dogs being stuffed through crust is even normal for the UK, though. I don't know. Sorry, Sorry, Angelina. I'm sure it's delicious.
We're
I'm
Americans.
sure it's delicious.
Dirty,
Here.
greasy, everything.
If I have to put this on my pizza, it's
Did
not
you just
good.
pull it out of your ass?
I just have.
Where did that come from?
I won't tell you where it came from,
I
but
looked away for 2 seconds and he has ketchup on his face. Pulled that out of his butt.
let's just say to revert back to an older question. If I had a vagina for a day,
Told you it was a portal.
it was a
See,
portal.
Melissa said, where the fuck did the ketchup come from? That's what I said.
Well, in all seriousness, like right before I got on the show, I actually had dinner, and I'm eating at my coffee table here, and the ketchup is still sitting here, which eventually it'll go away. But I like to rub it on my skin. It's great for multiple. It has multiple purposes. It gets rid of blemishes. It cures hangovers. It's great for hydration, and apparently goes great. Apparently goes great on pizza with hot dog stuffed crust. No soggy sausages here, Angelina says. Well, we should hope not. That might be a problem. You might want to see a doctor if you have soggy sausage.
Ew. Melissa said it rubs the ketchup
What
on
is
its
it?
skin.
I like ketchup on my Jimmy Dean bowls every morning.
No.
Yeah, I'm
Ketchup
down with that. I'm down with ketchup. It's what?
Ketchup is Satan. What?
Well, all hail Satan, because I
That's
love
what I'm
ketchup.
saying.
Yeah, I do love ketchup. Yeah, I'm up until up until I was like a actual full grown man, I used to put ketchup on steak, and people reamed me out for it. Now I appreciate a steak for what it is, but when I was a kid, I put ketchup on everything. Like
How do you order
I
your
said,
steak?
I put it up. Well, when I was younger, it would be medium well to well. Now, as I'm older, it's usually medium to medium well. It really depends on the cut. Like if it's a filet mignon, or if I'm going to like Peter Luger's, which is like a famous steakhouse in New York, I'm probably going to get a medium steak. If I'm getting like a cheap cut of meat, I'm probably going to get it medium well.
I'm well done.
Medium rare every time.
No, well,
Yeah.
That
I
bitch
can't-
better still be mooing.
Yeah, I was going to say I can't have my steak still mooing. You ever see
No.
Addams Family? You ever see Addams Family when they're stabbing at the meat and it's moving?
yes,
That's what it reminds me of. Yeah.
that's what he likes.
I better see blood. I better see a puddle of blood in that plate.
Nope, I have to have it well done. Like no pink at all.
Yeah.
I will send it back. It's got to be well done.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I better see a puddle of blood. Just nice little puddle of blood right there in the plate.
It sounds like a great metal song, but we'll just
Probably.
like say like puddle of blood on the plate. People have no idea we're talking about steak. They're a satanic band. It's like, bitch, we're talking about steak. Leave us alone.
Oh, what is this? What is this? Hold on. Here we go.
Melissa, okay, I'm warning you now, Charlie. That's me. If you guys ever come down to Brooklyn
That's me.
to Luger's and don't call me to say hi, I'm hunting you all down. Yo, if my bands can afford to all go for a night at Peter Luger's, then you know we're doing something right. Right now, I got a tub of ketchup,
That
a
he pulled
box
out
of
of his
Cheez-Its, and a Hershey bar. That's my diet right now.
He did pull it out of his.
The life of a starving artist. Although I'm
That
not
is
starving,
So correct. In like the first 3 days of filming, I think we ate one Hot Pocket. The whole 3 days.
Yeah. During my music video shoot for Beliefs, I did not eat or drink all day, and then it was like 9:00 at night, and now we had to do the band performance, and I chugged like a Bang energy drink, and like I legit thought, I legit thought I was gonna die. Like even my singer Ace, like I collapsed on the ground afterwards, and him and my girlfriend were all like a little concerned, and I got up. I was like, I just need a second. And then he could see that my hands were like shaking, like Shaky Steve, the tattoo artist we were talking about. So they were shaking. And he's like, dude, I'm actually like really concerned for you. It's funny, like you don't realize how fast the time goes and how it's so easy to lose sight of like your health when you're on like a shoot because you're just so concerned with getting production done. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that.
Angelina says, "What is a Cheez-It?"
Oh yeah, she's from the UK.
We need to do like a snack swap.
Oh, okay. So
Cheez-Its are the greatest thing on the planet.
this is a good opportunity to say today's Friday Fuckery is brought to you by Chewing with Charlie. Today's sponsor.
I gotta say Cheez-It. I'm like, Cheez-It's gonna get us taken off Facebook now.
Today's sponsor is this stuff, which I will not say, so we don't get banned from radio
I'm
and from Facebook. So I don't know what they call. Okay, it's like a biscuit. It's like a biscuit that they would say in the UK. It's like a cheese biscuit. Hold on, let's see. Can you see that? A cheese biscuit with salt, and it tastes like Monterey Jack cheddar.
Was that your British accent?
That was the extent of it.
I like the pizza ones.
Those are delicious.
Yeah.
As long as they don't shove hot dogs in the Cheez-It, we're good.
Well, all y'all motherfuckers, it is that time. We've ran out of time.
Don't
So-
go anywhere, Charlie.
until next Friday,
Right.
we love you guys, and we will see you next. Actually, I'll see y'all motherfuckers tomorrow night for Craft Beer Corner.
Yeah.
Here on Hellfire Radio.
Boy.
Bye, guys.